Today on Good Morning KU, Student Senate voting finished on Friday, but the elections aren't over quite yet. We'll have Elections Commissioner Garrett Farlow here to discuss the details.
And will last night's rain continue into the rest of the week? Brittany has the answer.
You're watching Good Morning KU. Hi and welcome back. I'm Elle Moore.
And I'm Mason Munn.
So Mason, this Sunday was Easter. Did you do anything fun for that?
Me and my family kind of kept it low key. We had breakfast as a family together, and then after that we all did yard work as a family. It was kind of.
Is that like a thing you guys do? Like
not
oh, come
normally.
on, guys.
Normally we go over to my grandparents and hang out with the cousins and stuff, but they were all out of town this year, so we just did yard work, helped the parents out. I was back in town, so they needed me. So.
Did your parents like hide eggs like while you were doing yard work? So it was
Sadly,
a little bit
they did
fun?
not. I wish they did, but I guess I'm getting too old for Easter egg hunts.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I celebrated Easter this weekend, and I was on the other side of the Easter egg hunt, and I had to hide the eggs, and I felt kind of like old for once. But it was still exciting to see all the little kids and their faces.
That is a lot of fun.
But I got to celebrate Easter back in Liberty, Missouri, where my family lives, and that was super cool because I have a bunch of little cousins, and so they're all like rambunctious and super wild, and they really wanted to open all of their eggs like right away, and it was like, that's so much candy.
Get a lot of sugar in them.
Yeah.
Hyper kids.
But it was really fun to hide the eggs because at first, like, I didn't know like what their skill levels were because, you know, my parents, we always like hit our Easter baskets really competitively, and like we had to really dig throughout the house and the backyard and stuff, but they're like 2, 3, 4, so it's like we like put them in very obvious places so they could find them. But it was a good weekend, to say the least, and plus family, like good home cooking is always good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But also the Boston Marathon is going on.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, are you a runner?
I ran in high school. I ran track in high school, but haven't been running so much recently.
Yeah, when you go to college, a little things change.
A couple things.
But would you ever, you know, run a marathon one day?
I'm thinking about training for a marathon actually next year at the beginning of the school year.
Oh, next year? Yeah. Not this year.
Not quite
gonna wait
yet.
a while. That's cool. Like the Kansas City Marathon or anything?
I think there's one in Lawrence that I was going to plan on running.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, if you already had like background experience, that should be easy.
You ran cross country in high school, right?
Yes, I did. And looking back on that, I'm not really sure how I managed to do that or why I wanted to. Because, you know, for practices, you just go out and run like 10 miles and then come on back. Like, that's just our practice.
Have you thought about doing a marathon?
You know, I have, but that's a lot of work. And, you know, it's not like I'm going to cross country practice every day, you know, and keeping in that shape. So that's a little bit hard. But I have some fun facts about the Boston Marathon, actually. Around 500,000 spectators attend, which I think spectators, you know, make the run good.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're just running alone.
That's what really makes running fun, is all those people cheering you on.
Yeah, that motivates you to go to the finish line. But also, there's a thing called the Heartbreak Hill, which is between mile 20 and 21, which a lot of people either, like, you know, don't get their fastest time or they pass people. It's just, like, called the Heartbreak Hill because of that.
Sounds heartbreaking.
Yeah, and just, like, having it towards the end, it would just, like, kill me because, you know, you've ran so much and now you have to make it up this hill. But, you know, that's dedication for all those people wanting to run that marathon. And also, celebrities have to qualify, just like everyone else, to run if they want to run and support a charity, you know, by wearing all their, like, charity sponsors and stuff. So I thought that was cool because they're not giving them, like, any special privileges or anything.
There are any celebrities in this?
I did not look that into it, so I'm not positive on that, but I think there's probably like a handful always.
I'm sure there are.
And then cheating happens more than you think in the Boston Marathon.
Really?
Which I think that is very sad.
I have heard the story of the woman who got on a subway. Did you hear about that?
No.
It was quite a while ago, but she got on a subway, and then it took them a few years to catch her, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They finally found out, yeah.
But like, how would you feel inside? You know, like crossing the finish line, like not sweating as much as everyone else. You know, like
knowing you didn't earn it,
all the miles too, guys. Yeah. I don't feel like that would be good. But also, there's a bunch of protests at Berkeley in other news, which I don't know if you're aware of that.
I did hear about that. The pro-Trump rally turned into a big fight.
Really violent. And so, do you think something like that could happen at KU?
I could definitely see that happening here. I think we have some very opinionated people and would stand up for what they believe in.
Yeah, I feel like that too. And you know, more and more people are more outspoken and want to get their opinions heard.
Definitely.
But just violent, you know, it's just how like anything or like your opinions, like someone could take it the wrong way or like have a very opposite, strongly one. And it's very scary what can happen when you say what you want to say.
The police even had to get involved. I saw a photo of an old man that was pepper sprayed on the ground.
Oh my gosh. That just sounds so terrible.
Definitely escalated beyond what they were hoping.
Yeah. But also, other news, Student Senate was last week. Did you get the chance to vote?
I did vote. Did you vote?
I did too.
So good citizen.
Yes. So one KU actually won the election, which we'll talk about that more later in our next segment. But stay tuned and we'll be back with the news.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you. Your identity for life. The University of Kansas. A great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Mario Ramos, and this is your Good Morning KU News Update. Tensions continue to rise between the United States and North Korea. North Korea announced an extensive collection of weapons this weekend, ending with a failed missile launch on
Celebrating
Sunday.
the nation's
Vice President
founder,
Pence
North
called
Korea
the launch
paraded
a provocation and said the U.S. is determining how best to respond. Voters in Turkey yesterday voted to expand presidential power. This vote will place an end to the parliamentary system in Turkey. Some fear that this will lead authoritative rule by President Erdogan. The Lawrence City Commission will decide tomorrow whether to consider changes to the bus system. The Commission will vote on a study that would consider moving the center of the bus routes. The center is currently on Vermont Street. Voting in the KU Student Senate elections ended on Friday. The presumptive nominees for Student Body President and Vice President are Maddie Womack and Maddie Carter from 1KU. The referendum to redo the KU Union failed. The election, however, is not over. Six elections commission's hearings are scheduled for this afternoon. One of those hearings could disqualify the 1KU coalition from taking office. A new business is headed for the streets of downtown Lawrence, started from an unlikely cause.
A new allergy-friendly bakery will be making its way to Mass Street, and it all stemmed from a scientist's daughter. Scientist and owner of Shanna Cake, Kelly Dempewolf, started making her allergy-friendly treats in 2015. It all started when she found out her 11-year-old daughter suffers from autoimmune disease. The hereditary disease is when the body thinks that healthy bacteria is foreign and fights it off. Her daughter Shanna started becoming very ill because of the disease, and Dempewolf was determined to find a solution. After frustration of buying highly priced, unedible tasting organic food, Dempewolf decided to create her own edible chemistry in order to help Shanna. After a couple weeks of eating gluten-free treats, Shanna became healthy again. However, Dempewolf noticed this was a bigger issue when she opened up Shanna Cake.
You don't realize how many people are affected by this until it becomes a part of your life.
Laura Marsh, the education and outreach assistant at the Merck, says she believes this bakery would be a great addition to Lawrence.
For a lot of people, it's a pretty big change when they discover that they have a food allergy, especially with something like wheat or nuts. It can really restrict what you can do.
Dempewolf says she is excited to come back to the town where it all started at the Lawrence Farmers Market. If you look forward to meeting the scientist turned baker, she'll be moving into what used to be Billy Vanilli. Reporting for KUJH News, I'm Caroline Burkhardt.
Thanks, Caroline. Shanna Cake opens today. And that does it for today's news update. Stick around and Becky will be back with a special guest from the Elections Commission.
Welcome back. As you know, student Senate elections took place last week, but there are some concerns surrounding the elections. I'm here with Garrett Farlow, a member of the Elections Commissions, and he's going to tell me a little bit more about what's going on. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what exactly is going on with the elections?
So on Friday we announced our unofficial results and we declared the unofficial winners. And now as we are going into this week, we have a couple of violations that were filed with the commission, and only one of them was filed by the commission because there's a student who needed something done on his behalf. So we're meeting tonight to iron out all of the final violations from the election season, and we're going to find out what's going to happen going forward on who we're able to certify on the ballot.
So when do you think this will be getting resolved?
So we have to wait 48 hours until the last violation hearing in case any of them want to take this to the Court of Appeals. So if there are no no appeals, then we'll be able to certify 40 hours after the last violation.
So do you think it's likely that there will be some appeals?
It's entirely up to all the respondents if they want to appeal, and it actually could be up to the complainants as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So there was also something filed for the Redo Your U vote. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, so the Redo Your U, they are appealing the results of the election, and we will determine if we will push that forward or not and recognize it.
Is that hearing tonight as well?
It is. I believe it is at 6 p.m. in the Clarkson Gallery of Stauffer Flint.
Wow, you've got a busy night tonight.
Yeah, I think we have about 6 violation hearings, so it's gonna be a long haul for sure.
You're gonna get all of those done tonight?
I hope so, yes.
Wow, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't believe so. We're hoping to have certification done on Wednesday, so tentatively, but not entirely within our control if that's going to happen.
Well, good luck.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming in and sorting through some of that stuff with us.
Yeah.
Make sure you pay attention to Good Morning KU for more information about the Student Senate elections, and we'll be back with the weather right after this.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in Good Morning KU. We're going to start off weather by going to a live shot outside. Bryce is outside. Bryce, how's the weather outside right now?
Hi, Brittany. It's great out here. There's little clouds, mostly sunny. It is a little windy out here, though.
Yeah, the wind actually is not going to be too bad today. It's going to only get up to about 10 miles per hour, not as bad as what we've had in the past couple of weeks. And you said, yeah, in the background it is pretty sunny, right? There's not too much clouds?
Nope, yeah, definitely pretty sunny out here.
Yeah. Do you see like anything people are wearing? Does anyone have jackets on right now?
I'd say little jackets. I mean, maybe like light sweaters. Majority are wearing just short sleeves or shorts.
Short sleeves or shorts? Yeah, because we're going to have a pretty nice temperature. We're not too cold right now.
Yeah, definitely good weather right now.
Perfect. Well, thanks for giving us that weather update.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so we're going to go now look at our weather headlines for the day this week. So we're going to have a warm start to the week, sun for a while, but the rain is going to return. So keyword, a while. That rain is going to come back. Again, it's spring, so we're going to have a lot of those showers throughout the spring. Here's your current temperature right now. We're at a temperature of 59 degrees, not too cold like Bryce said. Some people have jackets on, but the majority of people, you might not even need a jacket if you're heading out the door right now. You might want one though if you don't like temperatures in the 60s. Partly cloudy skies. We had a lot of clouds early this morning, but luckily they broke up. So now we have some sun peeking through, and those winds are pretty weak, only about at 7 miles per hour, and they will stay pretty weak, only getting up to about 10 miles per hour. Those clouds will stay pretty much out of the way later on today. We're going to have a nice high in the 70s at 74 degrees, which is pretty nice considering what we're normally in right now about this time of the year. So if you're wanting to do anything later today, definitely go outside, have a nice day outside today, because later on this week that rain is definitely going to return. Here's your almanac. Today we're at 74, like I said. The average is about at 68, so we're a little bit above average. The record, though, was in 1954 at 90 degrees. I know a lot of people would think 90 degrees would be pretty nice right now, but 74 is not too bad either. Here's your hourly planner for the day. We're going to start off in those 60s, warm up to about nice temperatures in the 70s. About 5 o'clock is when we're going to hit that high of 74, and those clouds clear through as well, as you can see. Here's your 5-day forecast. Tuesday looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day with temperatures at 78 degrees. The Royals game is that night, so we're going to have pretty nice temperatures for the Royals game. Wednesday is going to be also pretty nice in the morning. In the early parts of Wednesday, we're going to have temperatures at 81, so we're going to be in the 80s this week. That's pretty nice. But at Wednesday night, it looks like we're going to have a chance of storms move through yet again. That rain's going to come back, and the Royals game is also that night too. So something to keep in mind if you maybe are going to the Royals game. And then if you look at Thursday, it's going to be pretty nice on Thursday as well. Temperatures drop rapidly, as you could see, from 81 to 68, and they'll continue to drop up until Friday when we have another chance of rain move through. And that mainly is because of that rain, and all those clouds are going to prevent us from warming up really nicely. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back after the short break with our hosts.
Pretty much. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on with that.
There is. There are a ton of hearings tonight for all of the appeals that were made, and hopefully they should be getting the results out by Wednesday. At the very least, they have to wait 48 hours after figuring out the results.
After the violation.
And if no one makes any more appeals, then we'll hear the final results on Wednesday, hopefully. If nothing.
Yeah, and some of the violations, just going to mention that because I don't think they mentioned that in the interview, was that complaints were filed by K United, and there was like a number or whatever, but they thought that one KU violated where they were campaigning at polling sites and staying where they could view the voter's phone or like a voter's computer when they were voting.
Yeah.
And so I guess that was like illegal to do, so, but who knows if they actually did it or not, since violations hearing will be tonight.
Supposedly. That'll be interesting.
Yep, so stay tuned for Wednesday, but stick around next Monday and we'll be back.